Welcome back, survivors and hunters alike. I'm the SurvivalVis in person, where we return to Monster Hunter World Iceborne, where today I think we're just going to take it easy. Monster Hunter as a series is probably going to be coming towards its end here on the channel. Well, at least a hiatus. Because of the pandemic going on and everything like that, the Blazing Black Dragon Elatrion, no, I think it's just Elatrion, has been delayed for the foreseeable future, so until we do get that majestic animal, monster, etc., until we do see them added to the game in an update, we probably will just pause and kind of go on hiatus for Monster Hunter on the channel. I still have to figure out what's going to replace it, but we'll probably figure that out in time. For now, though, we're just probably going to hop into a few hunts to just help other people out and just kind of show off the game and have a little chat, me and you. Well, me and you guys and girls. It's not exactly just one-on-one. At least I hope it's not one-on-one, otherwise my viewership for these have just tanked entirely from what they were. But we'll just chat, do a little bit of hunting, etc. like that. Try to figure out where we'll go with things and the channel from here. I was going over and checking over things like series I've done and put on hiatus, I'm waiting to come back to, other ones pending updates, going over requests. Just not sure where I want to go with things for now. Actually, I don't want to post, I want to join, so let's look up. Only one available right now there. Not really anything special there, nothing there. What about here we go. Maybe there's something here. Okay. Oh, Lord, that's a lot. Okay, we got plenty to choose from here. Is there anybody who just started? We may go and help them out. Actually, I'm kind of surprised. Now, why is that flashing? Does that mean... I'm kind of confused at that, because that generally means it's a new quest, but I thought Have I not done that? No, I've done it, so I don't know why that one had a exclamation point by it. Okay, anyway. So as I was going through all the stuff I've done already on the channel and could do, and stuff along those lines, we'll go after that. I've been trying to figure out where and what I want to do next for the series. Like, I may return to something like Parkosaurus and go back and start that up because it's had a few updates. I've got Moonlighter that we stopped on the second dungeon, where we could always keep going with that and get the game completed. Or, you know what? We may do this one. This is the last... maybe. Oh, it started 17 minutes ago. I'm surprised that it doesn't say no rewards. I don't know what I want to do. Oh, you know what? We'll do this one. We'll help out going after Yongaruga, because I don't think we've actually shown a hunt featuring the murder chicken yet. So we'll go do that as a little wrap-up and just kind of chat a bit more as we hunt. I think I've got the face cam in a good spot where it's kind of the bottom left. All you're really missing out on is the map, so shouldn't be any issue with that. As for what I want to do, actually, I don't really know. The biggest thing I'd like to get on the channel is just a little more engagement and comments between myself and any of you, my viewers or subscribers. Just kind of build up more. I'm still hoping to try to get more requests in to see if there's maybe games I've never heard of. That would be really cool to show off. Or if there are games I have, just be able to see what kind of demand might be there. It does take a while for us to load, apparently. There we go. So if you guys do have anything you think you might like to see, or I might like, or anything, just let me know. Or even if it's a return to a series I've already done. Because there are still games like The Long Dark or The Wild 8 I could return to. I'm just kind of in a spot where I want to add a little bit new to the channel, because we've been, for the past few weeks, mostly on the same schedule. Subnautica I still want to play from start to finish, so that, well, actually, we've been playing from start, and we're working towards finish. But I just want to add a little bit new variety towards things so that way we can just honestly keep growing the channel and give you guys more to watch and enjoy and comment on. I have other ideas for new series like 7 Days to Die. Well, I have to admit I'm a little inspired by that from Markiplier's most recent videos of it, but... Okay, where are we going for Yongaruga? I thought these guys would have already been fighting it, but it doesn't look like it. I mean, there's Banbaro. Oh, no, Garuga is here. Actually, he's missing a tail, too. Oh, and I gotta get back up. Let's see if we can't tenderize the wing for them. So I'm trying to figure out what you guys might be in store for. Well, not in store for, but hoping to see, would like to see covered. Just let's build up a little bit more rapport between us in the comments and exchange things and just kind of see where we can go. Oh, that hurt a bit. Actually, I shouldn't even say a bit. For being a giant boulder hurled at you, took like no damage from it, so that was kind of nice. Well, that's what I'm trying to figure out is the best little course of action to take with things. And I do apologize if I do go a bit quiet. When I get into Monster Hunter, I just have to admit I really go quiet trying to focus for it. It's a game that really does need a lot of attention. Oh lord, they brought Banbaro here. Oh, the wing's still not tenderized? That's surprising. Okay, where is... Okay, over there. No, I'm trying to get... God, it's so hard to get a read on what's going on here with them going crazy like this. Okay, there we go. That should be the wing tenderized. There it is. Ah, let's even try for the other one. Okay, seriously, what is with that dual blade? Although, I don't think I can really blame them considering the chaos that is currently happening. Okay. Uh-oh. Somewhere in there is the Ongaruga. There's also a Banbaro and hunters and... Okay, finally got a few shots. Never mind, Banbaro decided to ruin that opportunity. And still... Oh my lords. I can't even tell what is going on here. There's an angry Ongaruga smacking around, there's a Banbaro rampaging, and... Okay, at least Garuga's on the move. I think Banbaro is also leaving. Yeah, there we go, okay. A little bit of calm in all of that. Oh, when you have two monsters that you have to go up against in the same area, it gets ridiculous trying to keep track of anything. And it doesn't help that there's not, like, a certain mass, so... Well, both of the monsters can push each other. So that basically means, as much as a small fry like Ongaruga doesn't seem powerful, he can move Banbaro aside, and Banbaro can move Garuga aside. Ooh. I do have to say, I'm glad they cut the tail off before we arrived. Or, well, that the tail's just gone in general. Because that poison swipe that Garuga does can be very dangerous. Well, we should be pretty much wrapped up here in just a few minutes. But there's not really too much I can really say we haven't really touched with Monster Hunter on the channel. We've shown off Rajang, Bracadios, well, Raging Brack, Furious Rajang. We haven't really done a raid fight of Safajiva though, but I don't think I really will, just because it's like Cult Roth. You do it so often, you don't really want to see other people do it. It's just something that kind of gets done and over with. Nope. And we got a little stun there. If we can just break that wing of his before we down him. I'd have to tenderize, but Ruga ain't exactly giving us the openings to do that. And one of the reasons people might not understand why I like the ranged weapons, one of the reasons, I shouldn't say the reason, but one of the big ones is that you actually get an idea of the scale of the monsters you're fighting. Like, when you're in Blade Master, you don't see the entire monster. A lot of the screen is broken up and just hides the body because there's such a limited field of view for you. But when you're using a weapon like the heavy bow gun or light bow gun from afar, you just get this sense of scaling against how big the monsters can be. Thought that was a nice wrap up there. Yeah, start carving off. It makes for some really nice cinematic hunts and experiences in the game when you actually get to see you're going up against such large and imposing monsters. Whereas if you're Blade Master right down, say, fighting at the leg and that, you don't always see the head or the tail, so it's more like you're fighting a part of a monster than the actual full thing. I'm just going to do a little bit of running around, try to gather back some flame nuts to restock on what we've used so far. And there's a few herbs there, there's some flame nuts there, and there's one more plant up here. That just kind of shows you how much I've done in the Guiding Lands to have all that memorized. There we go. So that's all taken care of, and we'll probably do another one, just hop in and do another hunt, because, I mean, we're only at about 12, 13 minutes into this episode. Might as well at least go for around 20 minutes, right? Not a bad kill screen. The only problem is that using your ranged weapons, everything gets kind of like blurry and out of focus for some things. It's not even a bad one though, but I've seen better. Just snag what we can. Oh, just a little shy of another hunter rank and even master rank. Probably get that on the next one we help out with. But yeah, what else do I want to talk about? This Monster Hunter will be back when we do see Elatrion, or if you guys have requests you'd like to see, or even if you're a PC player and you'd like some help with trying to hunt down certain monsters or going through some of the assigned quests, if you guys can give me a time that you're free and I'm able to be on and help you, I would gladly come on to try to give you a hand with some things. As much as my current build right now is actually meant more for just, well, damage, I do have builds that are more for, like, wide range, so that way I can help support in a way. I'm just trying to look and figure out the best way to build and have more fun with things. It just feels like the channel's gotten a slight bit stale because I've had so many of the same series ongoing for so many weeks now. Because I think since we started Far North, we basically had the exact same series every day since, and I think Far North is into episode 7 now. So for 7 weeks, it's been just about the same thing over and over again. Now I think that calls for time for us to get something a little new on the channel. And if you guys have anything in particular you think would be really good or you'd like to see done, be sure to leave a comment. We're trying to build up. That 100 subscriber was just the start to hopefully growing and continuing time here on YouTube. But for now, we'll see about helping out with another quest if we can. And maybe after this I'll just kind of show off what I'm using. Right now for... Oh, no, that's right. I want to join, my bad. Right now for layered weapon, I just really love Namielle. I love everything about her except her Arch-Tempered Hunt. So... no, nothing really there. I guess we have to go for SOSs. Okay, let's see. We could go after the Samurai Glavness, but I'm not sure if we really want to do that. Tigrex, maybe a handful. So you know what? We will help out with this one. If you don't know how to take on Tigrex, then it can be a very, very troubling hunt. Just because of how powerful and how charge heavy it is. The best thing I've found is to actually have a bit of either Slinger Thorn or Piercing Pod loaded into your Slinger. Because when it does start to charge, even if it's enraged, you can knock it out of a charge with a single shot. So I think that's pretty handy to be able to use and just keep on hand for if you will get into a tight situation with Tigrex. But the funny thing is, I think it's actually the least charge-heavy Tigrex has ever been in the series. Like, Freedom Unite Tigrex was ridiculously charge-heavy. Especially... That is Tigrex, like Tiger! But anyway, before the handler started talking there... Monster Hunter Freedom Unites, well, actually, old monsters had some very horrible... I call it charge drifting. It's basically, imagine you have to run in a straight line facing forward, but you can do that, you have to do that diagonally. And you can't change your sort of way you're looking. Back before, I'd say Monster Hunter 3 kind of solved down the thing of using... No, we want... There we go, that's what we're looking for. Okay, so we got that. Nope. Where am I? Oh, audio is still there. I'm not sure what happened there. Kind of cut out for a second. We'll see if we can break that one wing so that we can... Oh. That's right, Tigrex also has a larger roar radius in Worlds. Because before, he used to only really be problematic if you were really close to him and then his roar could damage you. Let's see if we can't get that. Ow. And it got smacked by the... wing, leg, or arm. It's kind of... Never mind. I guess they were having a lot of trouble with it. Although, surprisingly, it was the greatsword user. If they do put it up again, we may try to help them. We'll see. I was hoping to try to squeeze in another small hunt, but I wasn't thinking that small. But we'll just try help where we can. One of the big things that I have to recommend is to make sure to heal early and often. I almost keep a health threshold where as soon as I go below that point, no matter what kind of state the monster's in, I just top myself back up with health. I usually set mine for about... It does vary per monster, but I'd probably say 60 to 70% range of HP is what I... Oh, excuse me. What I set for my health threshold to, as soon as I'm below that point, I heal myself right back up. Playing as a gunner throughout old Monster Hunter, you are very susceptible to heavy hits that melee, or, well, they used to be called gunners and blade masters, but a lot of melee hunters didn't have to worry too much about because they would be able to tank the hits a bit better. It used to basically be gunners were alright with the fireballs and the range attacks more than the melee, but charges would completely wreck us. Not that one. Not that one. You know what? Maybe we'll help with the Fulgur Anjanath. I do quite like Fulgur. So we'll go help out with that. See if maybe we'll even help Izurika here and show them where that one central camp is, because in the Hoarfrost Reach, I think it's off of Area 7, there's a camp where, unless you actually stop and go, hey, there's something in that little hole there, you will not figure that out. Like, that was the very last camp I actually unlocked for the Hoarfrost Reach, and I was kind of like, I missed that all this time. All through the story mode, I completely missed that one camp. I don't think I actually got that until I was doing investigations. So that just kind of shows you how easy it is to miss some of the camps that are scattered around in the maps that make it so much easier to get around and find things with. But we'll see where they are. Oh, okay, so they're already fighting. I'm just going to top up with that. Oh, I actually better top up with the ammo as well. I apologize for the little dip in there. Sometimes the game does not want to pick up using the item box as easily as it should. We'll quickly head on over and help out. I don't know if they may actually be up against the Fulgur and the Tigrex at the same time. If they are, that's a dangerous combo. Just because you have Fulgur... Oh, no, it's a turf war, actually. You just got to see the little glimpse of Fulgur booting Tigrex off of it. Yeah, so Fulgur's on the move out of there. So it might actually be better if we come over this way. Yeah, I'll take this side route and then meet up down in this little area. Although I gotta let the stamina recharge a little bit. Oh, we'll take those flame nuts. That's pretty convenient. Now, for Fulgur and Anjanath, depending on what weapon you're using, it'll change what the weak spot is. I've found for gunning, well, actually, it's pretty apparent for gunning, that you want to make that tail weak. Because for some reason, I don't know if it's just to add more challenge for gunners instead of just being able to stay at range most of the time, is actually the tail on a few monsters is their weakest part. And you'll see that we'll probably start doing at least 100, well, close to 100. There we go, 112. That's just normal level 2 on it. And that you can have a few shots that will just do ridiculous amounts of power. I'm just going to put a few of these around here. But for some reason, they decided to make the tail's weak spots on a number of monsters. Brachydios is one where the tail is the weakest point. Fulgur is. Nargacuga is. Barioth is. The only thing I can think of is just so added challenge, so that way you might not be hitting this or going after the same parts as everybody else does. We'll get that off. Oh! Perfect. Good work, Runa. At least I think it was Runa who did that. I've never actually seen that. That's actually really smart. Don't let me see. I do have some bombs. That is actually a really smart idea, is using the... using the poison smoke bombs when the monster's asleep in order to get a poison proc off. That is an ingenious idea. There we go, that should give a few nice free hits to the face there. Oh, yeah, and there's a part break. Just got a few little bits in there. Okay, so we'll continue on. I think Fulgur is actually one of my favorite additions with Iceborne, surprisingly enough. It's just because Anjanath already was a pretty well-balanced experience, and Fulgur just kind of adds on to that. I love the color scheme over the pink furry dino, and just feels really fitting in certain places like the Hoarfrost Reach here. even the orange head doesn't really feel that kind of out of place, but I think that's more because it's not quite like Anjanath has more of the pink all along its body. Let's see if we can't get that tail weak for them. There we go. That's weakened up again. The easiest way to take down Anjanath, if you are a gunner, is to tenderize that tail and then just make that your main priority. Shoot. I meant to go for the face. Don't know how I managed to get the arm on the other side of the head there. Okay, but... I'll just continue going after Fulgur there. Oh, out of stamina. Thank you, Shield Spire Stooge. I gotta admit, if you don't need the parts, I think the Stooge is probably your best friend as a gunner. Giving you the free shots off that you can get. Ooh. It's like Fulgur's. What was that? I don't think they were on the side of their head, like a clutch claw. Is that just something that the hammer got as a... I think it is. Although, I think they could have been a little more conservative with it. Just because you want to try to save those... Well, there we go. 1, and 2, and 3. Actually, probably going to have the Fulgur down to limping after this. The heart rate is already pretty low from what you can't see, I'm afraid. One minor problem with putting my face down in the bottom left here is you can't see the icons beside the mini-map. But the heart rate is nice and low, doesn't have any spikes, and the Fulgur is enraged, so that's usually a good sign you're getting them worn down. I love the color scheme when it fully charges up, though, too. I have a trap with me, don't I? I do. There we go. Pretty good hunt, I gotta say.
Supply convoy still hasn't arrived. Think something might have happened?
Isarika, very ingenious idea of using the poison smoke bombs. That was... And also, pretty good coordination, too. It's nice to see a very skilled hunter. I gotta give props to that. I would have never thought of just using the poison smoke bombs like that. I might actually have to start bringing them on a few, because thanks to Runa having the sleep weapon equipped, well, that's actually not too bad of a shot either, is it? Thanks to Runa using the sleep weapon, you get a lot of procs where the monster will sleep and you can get the head or the wall slams. But if I bring along the poison smoke bombs, that's even more damage to add up from a single proc off like that, so... ingenious and smart thinking. Okay, so nothing really there. Up to 482 and 292. Not too shabby. We got Clever Clutcher. So that'll probably bring this episode of Monster Hunter World Iceborne as a little wrap-up until we see Elytrian return. If you guys do need any help with hunts on PC, just leave me, actually, just comment in what you need help with, and we'll try to set up what time I might be able to be on for you. As long as you're on North American server. I don't know if there's actually a difference in region or not. But I'd like to try to help you guys out with any hunts you might need the extra hand with, or anything along the likes like that. I'm fully stocked with a lot of things, and if you just like to have a little bit extra support as you learn the monsters, I have no problem playing a wide range set just to help heal you guys up. You just let me know in the comments and we'll try to set up things and see what we can do. In the meantime though, thank you guys for joining me on another little venture into the wilds of Monster Hunter World. Hopefully Latreon won't be delayed too long and we'll see them in due time. But until I see you all again, let me just kind of set things up. Takes me a little bit there. There we go. Gotta wave nice and goodbye to you guys. Let's see if we can even get Runa. Well, Runa's kind of in there. Let's fix that. We got a little bit of time to waste, right? Okay. There, ain't that a nice scene? So, until I see you guys all in the next video or episode, or even series as we put this one on a little hiatus, please remember, as always, to take care and stay alive.